This episode of Isimo Podcast is sponsored by Edawanda Travel. Please call 909-841-7628 or go to edawandatravel.com to get 15% off of your next vacation quote when you mention Isimo Podcast. That's 15% off a trip to Mexico, a trip to Venezuela, a trip to Chile, a trip to, what's another one? Argentina? Yeah. Argentina, a trip to Venezuela, wouldn't go there, but still, anywhere in the world. You want to go, 15% off, mention Isimo Podcast when you call 909-841-7628 or visit edawandatravel.com. I'm going to Mexico in March, so I'm pretty stoked about that. And I got a great rate from Edawanda Travel. Anyways, thank you very much. Enjoy the Bienvenidos a todos al podcast de Isimo Podcast. We are all dressed very cute today. I have the gold and blue, or blue with gold trim sombrero, which you can buy on Olvera Street. And over here we have Dominic and Ryan fashioning the blue with silver trim, and then tiny straw sombreros. Yeah, my name is Gerardo Alarcón, and welcome to Isimo Podcast.
Isimo Podcast.
I'm Dominic Angel.
And
I'm Ryan Reyes.
And if you haven't already, please follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, rate and review, 5 stars, because you know you like it and stuff. And
you know you like it.
And if you are listening to the podcast, do us a favor, go to our YouTube, subscribe, like, comment. We take most of the suggestions from our YouTube comment section. Thank you, Sylvia, for noticing that. Was it Sylvia or was it somebody else? It was somebody else.
Somebody else.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Sylvia, for having a problem with the No Era Penal clip that we posted. But here to our right, we have Yodalanda.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. She's so pretty. Look, if you look closely, you can see that Yodalanda is in traditional garb, and she has high heels on, so she's a little taller than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can't see the heels because she doesn't like them. And then behind us here, we have Jarito, our door security guy, in case anybody wants to break into our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear that jumpers jump? Stay the fuck out of it. They're so much bigger.
Yeah, they're insanely big. They have 400,000 subscribers. What's it called? But Jarito, how did you meet Jarito again, Ryan? I forgot.
Oh, yeah. We pulled a random Loteria card out of my pocket because I have those for some reason. And what was it? It was El Jara?
Oh, no. But, so Dominic, you met Jarito, and then you told him to come by the podcast to make sure that we have door security, right?
Yeah, he was posted up at Olvera Street by the restrooms.
Yeah. He was waiting for his kids to piss. And you caught him on Olvera Street.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take this off. So that Jarito has his screen time. We have to pay Jarito every time he's on the screen. I should probably wear the sombrero the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm still deciding. This feels
two
good.
churros a week.
You can leave it on the whole time if you want.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
I'm just waiting for this to fall off.
I'm waiting to see somebody actually fashion a sombrero every day. You know how I wear my LA hat every day? Imagine if somebody walking around just with the gold trim sombrero all day long.
Dude, I'll take this to the mic.
Okay. We'll
Go
see.
for it.
We shall see.
Yeah.
Sign-ups are at 8, fool.
Yeah, if you wear that on stage at a mic, I will share it to the Isimo Podcast story.
He's not going to do it.
Or a post. I'll give you a post.
I'm wondering, should we do a poll? We'll do an Instagram poll. Should I wear this?
We're going to go to the mic right after this.
Yeah. The mic is sign-ups at 8.
You got to make the decision, dude.
Yeah, dude.
We'll see.
Anyways, for the audio listeners, sorry if this is boring to you. Go to our YouTube and see what we're talking about. Ryan looks amazing right now.
We're doing our best.
Anyway, so we recently, 3 days ago, we went to Olvera Street.
Yeah. We went on Tuesday.
Yeah.
2 days ago.
And we purchased, as you can see, many things. My chiles right here. Yoda's whole getup. Yodalanda.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh my gosh,
please.
she gets so mad when I say that.
Please respect.
Please respect. We are LGBTQ friendly, even if you are an alien species.
Hashtag Yolanda deserves respect.
Yeah. And she's the T. Because, you know, everyone knows that Yoda had a big old dick. You know what I'm saying? It was always hanging in the sack. Sorry, I'll get off the topic. I'll get off the topic.
Let's move on, please.
That's what the cane was for.
It was as green as his lightsaber. And then we have back here.
Stop it!
We have little Jarrito back here checking the door security. We got flags from Olvera Street.
Yeah.
I did not buy this. What is it called? Sarape at Olvera Street, but they have many sarapes to choose from that are way cheaper than the one I bought for us here. So I'm kind of upset about that. Somebody has $10 that doesn't belong to them.
Yeah, that's where I got this nice Baja.
Dominic
sweater.
also got that nice blue. What kind of blue is that, would you say?
Cerulean,
Cerulean blue?
I guess.
I think so.
What? I never heard of cerulean blue until right now.
You never played Pokemon?
Yeah, I played Pokemon, but I
Sorry.
didn't go there for my colors.
Oh, okay.
What's it called in Among Us? Syrian?
Cyan.
Cyan.
There we go. And then we also have Ryan in his fancy getup where he's trying to bring Bloods and Crips together.
Don't say that. I just like this.
Uh-oh. We're going to get killed.
Everything perfectly, combines itself. You have red hair with the blue hat and then the blue overshirt with the red undershirt. I'm just saying it's gorgeous.
Like Superman, not what you said. No.
Oh, okay. Superman. I forgot. That's what I meant. And
like
me,
comics.
I'm
Jesus.
wearing a tie-dye shirt that a Filipino friend made for me.
Nice.
Flor Mercado. Thank you very much. He makes great Filipino shirts. Hit him up.
Floor?
I think
Filipino shirts, tie-dye shirts.
Great tie-dye. Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't think tie-dye is exclusively Filipino.
Yeah.
Anyway, so today's topic is basically Mexican arts and crafts in essence, but we went to Olvera Street. I call it arts and crafts because, dude, who has all the time to make this stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff. That's where I got your turtles from.
Oh yeah, the turtles too. We got little. What are their names? Cheche and Pepe.
What are those third eye
I know.
things called? It's like two popsicle sticks with the yarn. That's what I thought of when you said arts and crafts.
The popsicle stick. Third
The
eye.
God's eye.
God's eye.
Oh, okay. The Eye of Horus or God's Eye.
I don't know. It's
God's
just.
eye.
It was a craft we would make in school. You get two popsicle sticks and you start wrapping yarn.
Yeah, it's cultural appropriation in schools.
It is. Well,
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
that was the weird part. Is it was a white teacher, but all of the students were Mexican, so we couldn't tell if it was wrong or not.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, it's white savior. You know what I'm saying? White teacher teaching how to make
Also,
some
her
Mexican.
name was Lingo.
Okay, then no, she was Mexican. She just white passing.
She's German. I think she was like
Okay.
half German, half Dutch.
Das his name is Lingo. If you're German with a vowel at the end of your name, you're Mexican. You know, there's a lot of Germans in Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fled.
Oh no.
What did they flee, dude?
They know what they did.
I know what he's talking about now. Oh, I know so many German Mexicans. That's sad.
Do you think that guy was Voldemort in real life? The guy that should not be named?
What? Oh.
The German guy.
He was Austrian, but anyway.
That one guy.
Well, this is turning into Jumper's Jump. Dude, did you know Voldemort was like Hitler? Sorry.
No way.
No way. Dude, for reals. In 1585, dude, there was a guy named Voldemort, fool, and his first name was Adolf, dog.
Wow.
I don't understand this reference.
Nothing. We're just being haters.
Yeah, we're being haters on Jumper's Jump. Number one rival of Isimo podcast.
Yeah, they don't know who we are at all.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Ryan's friends with all of us.
Nice to meet you. They're all like 17.
Anyways, back to Olvera Street. So we went to Olvera Street, and I call it arts and crafts. What would you classify it as? Mexican goods?
Goods.
Yeah.
Goods and services. I mean, there's definitely crafts. I don't know. It feels weird calling them arts and crafts. Like, that's a little... What's going on here?
Ryan was just staring like he's going to kill me.
I didn't realize he was doing it. And then I saw him laughing. I was like, why is he laughing? Oh, because I'm just staring.
He was just like...
You better not fucking call it arts and crafts. Bitch.
Right? I classify it as arts and crafts simply because of how handmade everything looks. Like if you look at Jarrito back here, dude, who made him, dude? Like
Who made you?
It's like Pinocchio. Like Geppetto made Jarrito, dude. You know what I'm saying?
That would be a funny parody. Instead of Pinocchio, it's just Jarrito.
Fine handmade goods.
Yes.
Imported.
If you haven't, dude, it's so crazy how I'll tell people like because I talk to a lot of people all day long. You guys don't know what it's like, but no, but I told people like, oh yeah, we're going to Olvera Street, you know, right now. And they're like, what the fuck is that?
Where's
like,
that?
you know, like what does Dominic live on Olvera Street or what? And then I'll be like, no, but you never heard of Olvera Street, you know?
Yeah. Do you guys remember the first time you went?
Yes, I mean, no, not really, but I was a little kid.
I remember.
What happened?
So I was in third grade. No, I was in second grade. I had a teacher named Miss Britsu who was from Hawaii. She was Japanese. Very cool, very multicultural, all right? But so our first field trip was to Olvera Street, and it was a big deal because we didn't take a bus there because it stops at Union Station. So we got to go to the train station and then take the train to Olvera Street, which was fucking cool. And then we all hung out. I think I actually got a little marionette. I remember getting a marionette. My dad was a chaperone, so I was very excited about that because I mean I got to be in my own group, and I got to pick my friends to be in my group. And my friend Ruben paid. I didn't speak Spanish, but like you go and eat at Juanita's where we had lunch.
Yeah.
And we were all hanging out eating taquitos, and then Ruben paid for the mariachis to play Dos Arbolitos. It was really cool.
Yeah, Olvera Street to me, I remember when I was a kid going to Mexico every weekend, basically, when I was young, when it was easy to go back and forth, but you would still have to wait like an hour and a half to get over the border.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever do that?
When we used to live in Texas, I don't think Ryan may have gone once when he was really little. I used to go back and forth to Juarez because I used to live in El Paso. And like, do you remember how easy it was? You used to just like stop and go, American citizen. And if you didn't have an accent, they're like, all right, you're good. Move it on over.
They're like, say I put the bath towels in the kitchen. And they're like, I put the bath towels in the kitchen. They're like, okay, get out of the car. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. But they're supposed to go in the bath. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. And now you need a passport and everything.
Yeah.
Just so passive. And now you need all this paperwork.
For real. I mean, it was a big deal in my family that we stopped going so much whenever you needed identification.
Yeah, I remember the last time I went, I just literally used like a report card because I didn't have an ID. And I was like 15, I think, 14 or something like that. And I just used a report card. Now it's fucking insane.
But to me, Olvera Street is like a standstill, like border town kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
Where on the border, when you go back and forth from the border, people are walking up and down selling freaking ponchos, selling hats, selling marionetas and chiclets. Chiclets. Like it was a number one stand-up joke at the time and stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I crossed the border last week. Hey, I got so much fucking gum. It's coming out of my eyeballs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had like my cousin and my friend, like they used to like to go just so that they could come back. So that they're like their favorite thing was like shopping, but like haggling with all the vendors on your way back, because coming back in is a lot longer than getting into Mexico.
Yeah they're like, leave, dude. Go to Mexico. I don't give a fuck, you know. And then coming back, they're like, oh, pump the brakes. Say I put the bath towels in the sink. You've been practicing all week. I put the bath towels in the sink. Jesus Christ, these scammers, they keep calling me. Sorry.
I just meant like it's your girlfriend.
It's my girlfriend calling me. These fucking scammers, dude. Anyways, so yeah, to me, Olvera Street is kind of like the border back in the day. You can just buy anything you want, really. Yeah. All the Mexican flags to your disposal, and all the marionetas and the chiles that you want, and then little, you know, I don't know if this is for a newborn baby, this dress. Would you put a newborn baby in that dress?
I mean, I think that's what they're for. Excuse me.
Yeah, Yodelanda does have a diaper on right now.
Yeah. Because she's the shit.
I love it. Hashtag Yolanda is the shit.
Yodelanda. We should start the Yodelanda hashtag.
Yodelanda.
Yeah.
We're going to reclaim Yolanda. All right. So I know that brings up a lot of feelings in certain people, but we're taking it back. Okay.
Yeah. And really quick, Ryan, not really quick. Why would I say really quick? You had a great point earlier about swap meets.
Oh yeah, we also for the Mexican episode, we wanted to get merch from when we went to the game, which is where I got this dope hat. So we went to which swap
Santa
meet?
Fe Springs.
Santa Fe Springs swap meet.
Infamous, beloved Santa Fe Springs swap meet.
Love swap meets. I love like the variety of kinds of swap meets. Like you go to a local one, like where our hometown Baldwin Park. You go to that one, and it's like a bunch of people just from the area selling what they can. And then you go to like one of the big ones, and it's like you can get a dude who will do like tiles on your bathroom. You can buy a house at a swap meet.
Yeah, there were some crazy businesses.
It's insane. I love it so much. Swap meets are great. Swap meets in Olvera Street.
Yeah, swap meets to me are like Mexican Costco's.
Yeah.
That's
the best
perfect
way to say it.
Yeah. You can get air conditioning at a swap meet, dude.
Yeah.
You can get an appraisal on your house at a swap meet.
You could get a big ass blanket with Minnie Mouse on it.
Right? It's like, you don't believe it. You can.
It's not a bit. You
there's
can get all
more.
of these things. You think we're joking? Go.
I don't think I've ever been to Santa Fe Springs swap meet. You guys just shoot me right now. Just like,
What just happened?
Oh my god! If you guys are ever like, if you're Mexican and you're from you're visiting the area, go to Santa Fe Springs. Like, if you feel out of place, like, go to Santa Fe Springs swap meet.
but much like all things, I'm sure when I show up there, I'll be like, I was here fucking all the time when I was a kid. You know?
Probably were.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those spots, like, especially for like Mexican families, especially if you have a lot of kids or you don't have a lot of money. You know, you can go to Santa Fe Springs or Olvera Street because it's free, and it's like, it's really fun because there's a lot of food, there's a lot of snacks, there's toys, there's, music, live music. The Santa Fe Springs, when I used to go when I was a kid, I remember Santa Fe Springs, like, maybe I'm remembering a different swap meet, but they used to have a stage there, but it was like a pop-up stage with a tent over it. And now it's like a full concrete, like, what are they called? Like the Hollywood Bowl kind of a thing. It's not that big, obviously, but it's like an actual, like, it's like going to a theater in the park. Like, it's like legit, and they have like a dope sound system and everything. And I have friends that, if you're a band that's Latino, like, and you find out that they're playing Santa Fe Springs, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, that's insane because if you look at the food chain of like these big kind of county fairs kind of thing. Because when I was a kid, the number one thing I looked forward to, dude, was the Orange Fair in San Bernardino.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been there?
I've been there.
Yeah.
Bro, the Orange Fair was the shit.
Yeah.
And I would get so mad that my sister had to do ballet every time because it was like time away from the fair that I would have to be in there watching her ballet dance. But when I was there, I'm like, this is awesome. They're fucking dancing up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Orange Fair was like the number one thing I looked forward to all the time. Just the immersion of culture, like we were talking about with the soccer game. And I would always feel that. I'd be like so proud to be Mexican. You know what I mean? Which, side note, really quick, if you're a white viewer or listener, please put that in the comments, because this is the reason. I don't know, other than like kind of what is it called, retro or what nostalgia reasons for like brown listeners to hear about this, but like for white people to go and check it out. When we went to Olvera Street, there was so many white people just like, I'll take 3 puppets and 2 sombreros. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these things are not just for our culture. They're made by our culture. They're forged out of our fire, but they're meant for wide consumption. Like it's dude, look at these chiles, dog. Like it's pretty sick, you know?
Yeah. I mean, they're meant for everybody.
Quick.
Yeah, it's meant for like consumption of everybody. Just obviously do so respectfully.
Yeah.
You know, don't fucking
don't make it your dartboard that you throw darts at. You know what I'm saying?
That was the thing. Like, there was this family that happened to be going to the same place as we were the whole time, and they were the most annoying. It was all white family. I literally saw a 7-year-old walk up to a stand, and he was getting like one of those slingshots. This Bart Simpson looking ass. Sorry, I'm not gonna like bully a kid, but he's like getting a slingshot, and the first thing he says is like, "Hello, I'm ready to order," and I'm like, Jesus Christ, why isn't your mom? The mom's right there, and he's like snapping at the lady, and it's just like, how do you not get how like rude and racist your kid is being right now?
Yeah,
it's so obnoxious.
Yeah. But to press on the point that it's meant for all cultures, right?
Yeah.
Like it's made by Mexicans for Mexicans, but we don't like have a whites only section of the fucking swap meet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the reason why I want to bring this up is because these sentiments of like dangerous Latinos, or like, you know, like it's a dangerous place to be. Like if you're white and you're there, you'll get jumped or some shit. I don't know how white people think, but like if you feel any sort of danger going to these places, it's a loving, caring atmosphere. All the vendors speak English and Spanish, and they're ready to. And by the way, I'm offended you guys all spoke to me in English, by the way. At least assume I know Spanish, you know? No, I'm just kidding. But just don't feel like you're in danger going to these places because you're not part of the culture. We're a very welcoming culture.
Yeah.
And if there's no white listeners, then fuck me, right? Yeah.
I mean, we have a couple.
We have a few.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, that was one of my favorite things you're talking about, like the vendors and how welcoming it is. It really is. Like, I always get nervous, but you know, we go out more and I'm like, I need to practice my Spanish.
Yeah.
And so like Olvera Street, maybe not the swap meet. The swap meet's a little bit more hardcore.
Yeah.
But like Olvera Street's like the perfect place for you if you want to practice your Spanish. We went to Juanita's and like we were bouncing back and forth to English and Spanish. Like the guy could tell we were trying to practice, but he was like also knew that we're not good at it, or at least with me.
Yeah.
And he's like, so I would say something in Spanish, would answer in English, and like
At a certain point, he was just like English only, dog.
yeah. I mean,
it could be a little bit of a headache. I understand.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing too. I mean, I get it, but he's like, I got to make.
Let's fucking go, dog.
I wasn't standing there like, can I have please número 10 y...
You're like número 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. I mean, I was practicing in my head, and then he let me answer, and he's because I think I asked for a taco and
Enchilada.
but I asked him in Spanish, and he responded like that he had a different thing from what, like a better option essentially. Anyway, but that was cool. But it was so funny because I went to Juanita's the week before to get the poncho and to get a couple things, the flag, and I went by myself, and it was so funny because I got blocked in, so I had to stay there for like an extra 20 minutes. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go eat. I went to Juanita's, and that same guy, but I was speaking in English, and he was speaking to me in Spanish that time, and I was responding in English, and it was just really funny because like I asked for a plate, I asked for an enchilada plate, and the combo comes with rice and beans, and so I was sitting there just waiting, like minding my own business, and I thought he was asking me in Spanish, you wanted that with rice and beans, right? ¿Quieres frijoles y arroz? Sorry.
Yeah, arroz.
Yeah. And then that's what I thought he was saying. So I was like, yeah. And then he didn't respond, and I go, sí. and the guy next to me was like this older Mexican dude, was like finishing up his plate, and he kind of just looked at me, and I was like, oh, that guy was asking him, how did you like the rice and beans?
Yes.
And that guy was like responding, and like they were having a conversation, and he just looked at me, and he was like,
fucking no sabo over here, dude.
yeah, for real. And then the same thing happened when I went to go buy a sweater. The practicing my Spanish, I got cuánto. I was gonna say I got cuánto cuesta down, but then I tongue-tied myself. Cuánto cuesta?
Bro, it's the best way to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
If you know retail Spanish, that's the first stepping block, dog. I was walking around, I don't know if you guys noticed, you guys are probably very impressed, but I was speaking Spanish to all the vendors, and when they would start speaking English to me, I'd be like, excuse me, my charro's in the car, so watch out, I'm a mariachi guy, you know what I mean? I'm just kidding, I didn't say that. But, retail Spanish is one of the ways you're supposed to, like, I guess, study Spanish in Spanish class in high school. Go to a fucking swap meet or Olvera Street and just be like, ¿Cuánto por la marioneta ahí? You know?
Yeah.
And then $5. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Yeah.
You know? And then slowly the cogs start turning. You learn more and more about little goods in Spanish. Las huaraches, las chanclas, like there's differences in those things, you know?
That's something. Because this is something that I have to deal with too, because I will a pro tip for anyone who's neurodivergent, especially if you have ADHD, if you can't think on the spot of the word, don't ask the adult, ask the kid, because they always have their kid working with them. The kid always speaks English, so it's like if you can't figure it out right away, just talk to the kid and he'll speak English right off the bat.
But don't be disrespectful about it. Like,
yeah,
hold on, lady, let me talk to your kid. Like, I want sandals.
But also,
well, I'm saying, like, before you start the interaction, if you can't remember the words, just to help, because sometimes I panic when I can't think of the words. So it's like, to relieve that panic, just try to address the kid first instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that is definitely an option, but also, I mean, also don't assume. It's a good thing to have in your pocket if you're panicking, but also like I was speaking English to one of them because I was like,
one of them.
to one of the vendors, the human beings,
the nice lady, and I asked for something in English and she didn't. So she like, then she just called her. If they don't, they got it down. They know what they're doing. So like, don't panic if you can't speak Spanish. Like ask them, and if they don't speak English, then they'll find somebody to help them. Like they know what they're doing. These people, they've been in business for years. Yeah, and also, okay, on another time, there's so much stuff to talk about with Olvera Street alone.
Yeah.
The leather there. If you are a fan of leather, dude.
That was something that I wanted to touch on because, like, one of the things that I thought, because I remember going as a kid and stuff was like, you know, not substantially, but it was cheaper. And I think that's one benefit of it being accessible to everyone.
Yeah.
Is like when it becomes a niche thing for rich white people, it gives value. It gives more of a, you know, I feel a fair value to the amount of work that those people put it in. So instead of like charging $10-$20 for a belt that they made by hand, they now can charge $40, $60, $100 because it's craftsmanship. And now people are acknowledging that. Like we went, you finished the story. You went to that leather shop, right?
Yeah, we went to the leather shop and
it was amazing.
The belts, like you said, there was different sections of belts. There was a $40 belt, a $60 belt, and then a $100 belt. But being Mexican workers and craftsmanship, they don't just give you the belt. They on each symbol it says like two initials a max that they'll do on the spot. You can bring the belt to them. They'll do 2 initials. They'll cut the holes for you, fitting you. If you're fat and want to lose weight, they'll make a hole like, okay, this is your goal weight, dog. You know? It's very, I don't know. It's accommodating. There's like a wholesomeness in these Mexican shops that are lost in corporations all around the world right now.
Yeah.
Everyone was so welcoming. It just felt good to be there. Like, I don't know. It's funny because it honestly, it felt like I was on mushrooms. Like when you're on mushrooms, like the last time I was walking around Joshua Tree, like smiling at everybody. I'm like, oh, we're all in this together. We're all living life. You know what I mean? And that's what Olvera Street was like. Was just like I felt so happy there, and everybody's just like this fucking guy over here, figuring. You know, it was just really funny. I was like having a main character moment, but it wasn't even a main character moment. It was just like. Everybody was being nice. I was trying to be pleasant with everybody. At the leather shop, I bought this wallet.
Showed off.
Oh no, it's not down there.
I bought a bunch of little.
I left it in the car.
Oh shit! Why would you think it's down there if it's in the car?
Because I put
all your stuff right there.
Anyway, I got a wallet and like everybody's so nice and like you know I try to tip people. Yeah. You know, whenever like if I'll try to tip at least $2 per whatever I buy.
Yeah.
And so like I gave her $2, and she was like. I was like, it was like just unspoken, but it was a really nice moment that I shared with the woman. Like she didn't want to take it.
Yeah, I also tipped like $1 to $2, whatever the change was that would make like a 5 hole.
Yeah,
is what I tipped for the workers.
Yeah,
but also it's so funny when you know they want a tip. Like they're not vocal about wanting a tip, but they will just like take time and be like, "Let me get the change for you." And then just like go all slow.
I know they give you $5 and they're like 1, 2, 3.
You want me to stop? 4. You know? Yeah. That's just a funny thing. But we did tip each one, and I started to feel that. But I'm like, no. Fuck. How do you say keep the change in Spanish?
I don't know.
No necesito cambio. Whatever. Fuck.
Yeah, I usually would just tell like when we got the masks, we got 3 masks, and he gave me like $10 off because I got 3 of them.
Oh shit!
And so I was like, just give me. I gave him 5 extra.
Oh yeah, that's where we got the luchador masks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody there. There's so much cool shit. There was like so much stuff that I wanted to buy.
Incense. Oh, they're amazing.
They have so many fucking purses. Like alone, every single vendor has a purse, and they're different ranges of prices, and they all kind of look the same. But there's some that are like handmade craftsman material, like the leather, and then also key holders. Like those are the main things I wanted to buy. I wanted to buy a key holder, a purse for my girlfriend and for me, his and hers. No, and then just huaraches, like buying sandals, like Jesus sandals and shit. Yeah, like all those things.
There were some nice sandals there.
That's what the name is. I'm sorry, we'll talk about it later.
What?
It's a thing. I had an ADHD moment. What you said was a word I was looking for earlier, but it's completely unrelated.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just a dope spot. I'm grateful that we went. I mean, grateful like I can't just go there whenever I want. But it's like I'm grateful that a place like that exists.
Exactly.
Because it really does feel like Mexicans have a place in the city to go and like be like I know Los Angeles especially is like, you know, it's a very Latino heavy, not heavy, but there's a large Latino
There's a large concentration of Latinos.
There's a large concentration. I was actually listening to this thing before we started, and it's like East LA is the largest concentration of Latinos in the country.
Oh shit.
Which is kind of obvious when you think about it, but it's like, it sounds really cool, but it's also like, I heard this term, we mentioned it in the second episode about being un-American, and how I heard this term recently, I forgot, I don't know who coined the term, I'm sorry, but forever foreigners.
Oh.
And it's like, that's how it feels even being in LA, is that like you're kind of othered all the time. So like Olvera Street is like almost a sacred place.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever been there for Dia de los Muertos?
No, but I do plan on doing something this year. Obviously, we have the podcast,
Yeah.
a large, what's it called, push to do more Mexican things.
Yeah.
Which I've also gotten like kind of hate for in a weird way. But
Really?
it doesn't really faze me. It's just like a strange thing that does happen, where it's like, oh, now you're all Mexican, huh? Oh, you should talk about that on Isimo, dog. Oh, you're fucking Mexican.
That's the thing I've always never understood about No Sabos. Like, it means, like, I don't know.
And we are proudly No Sabo podcast, because just the amount of times I'm unable to find a word in Spanish or whatever, that's like the definition of No Sabo.
Yeah.
No sé. I don't know the fucking word, you know?
We're learning, fool.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was trying to get at. Was like, we don't know, but we want to know. And it's like, that's why it's the most annoying thing for me is when the reaction is like, oh, these kids don't know. And then we're trying to learn. And then they're like, oh, now you want to learn? It's like, fuck off, dude.
Yeah, you can't do anything right. You fucked if you do, fucked if you don't.
Yeah. That's I mean, that's a conversation, a deeper conversation for later, but it's rooted in colonialism.
That's what Tupac was talking about. That's just the way it is.
Oh shit.
He's like, I'm a No Sabo. Yeah. So Biggie, you acting like you know Spanish. I know a little bit too.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's too far. Yeah, so
Tupac, we're like too far.
Too far. Being No Sabos, all three of us, I'll include myself, I'm a little bit more Sabo, if you know what I'm saying.
A little bit more Sabo. I'm a little bit more sad than Sabo.
I'm a little bit more sad than Sabo. That's so funny. But I hope one day, and this is a challenge to all three of us, that we'll be able to do a fucking podcast in Spanish.
Dude, that's
That'd be
been my
dope.
goal since like before we started. I'm like, we're going to at some point do one episode only in Spanish.
Yeah.
It's going to be tight.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be roasting the shit out of us, but you know what? Fuck you guys.
Well, all three of us have dictionaries like in front of us, like chanclas or whatever fucking word. I only know 4 words: chanclas, huaraches, and se, and no.
And no.
Yeah. Anyways, what else do we have to talk about with Olvera Street? Or if you want to address the audience in any way at the end here.
Well, the only thing I was going to say was that reminded me of a joke. It was a joke where I mentioned in a previous episode that the kids that were bilingual were like the preppy kids that were the bullies because they thought they were better than everyone else.
Yeah.
I remember that became a joke where every time someone was like, say something in Spanish, and I would just go, no.
Yeah. Yeah, because no is Spanish.
Yeah. Anyway.
Was there anything interesting happen at Santa Fe Springs or Olvera Street?
I got a churro, and I was able to eat the whole thing by myself for the first time ever at a swap meet.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever gone with siblings. They buy one because it's big and then split it amongst 4 of you. I got to eat a whole churro for the first time in my entire life.
There's a lot of resentment.
Yeah.
He just
stares.
I bought the fucking churro for you, fool.
You bought your churro. I had $6.
Okay. Don't fly.
Okay.
Don't fly.
You're leaving. Don't fly, and you just walk out.
Yeah,
that becomes like our mantra when we don't want to fight. Don't fly.
Oh, I wanted to share this story at the beginning, but I forgot. But I actually ran into a viewer recently. I went to the movies with our friend Steve, and he invited another friend. Her name was Roxanne. Shout out to Roxanne. But what was really funny was that we were going to the movies, and you know how I am in public. Like, I'm not like this. I'm very quiet. I'm very reserved.
Yeah.
So like, I'm keeping to myself pretty much the whole time. Steve gave me like my own box of popcorn, like I was on like a field trip or something, and he gave me like, so I'm just like sitting there like munching on popcorn, and then the movie's about to start, and Roxanne is sitting next to me, and she goes, I just wanted to let you know that like, I watch Isimo. I'm a big fan of the podcast. And I'm like this with a handful of popcorn. I'm like, oh, thank you.
You're like, thank you, Naranja.
Oh my God. So it was just really funny. That's the first time I've been recognized in public by somebody that watches the show, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
I'm just imagining you like shuffling it. And she says that, and you're like, huh? And then ba-da, ba, bum, 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 bum.
The MGM line's like,
That was better. Like as he's putting in his mouth the line.
Roxanne's like, I probably should have waited.
This is my favorite episode.
It was just really funny. And then for the rest of the movie, I'm all nervous about me eating popcorn because I'm like, how's this going to reflect now that she knows I do a podcast? But it was really nice. We had a nice conversation afterward. We were just talking about being from LA and stuff. It was cool.
That would have been funny if you were just like, ball fly.
It's just like there's no cool way to eat. Either you eat popcorn like this.
Yeah.
Or it's like,
and then you mix it up sometimes too. Maybe you're like just eating it quickly like this, but then you're like, fuck.
I know, for real. That's how it was. I was like trying to be like all fucking proper about it, and it's just like, it's not satisfying. You have to just fucking shovel it in there.
Okay. You don't have to, but yeah.
Yes, you do.
But yeah, so if you do notice us in public, say hi so we can have more stories like this. We'll talk about it on the podcast. People are going to look for us now. We have stalkers.
Please, whatever you do, don't yell. Don't call me fruits.
That's like his biggest fear since we posted that clip. Is someone
Whatever you do, don't yell.
just yelling at him, "Hey, papino!"
Whatever you do, don't call me an aguacate. People are like, do I do it or what the fuck?
I did it. Do it, fool.
I did it. Do it, dog.
Oh God.
Anyways, so yeah, that's been Isimo basically, right?
Woo!
Yeah, that was a funny episode.
That was fun.
You know what's crazy about my history of podcasting is whenever you think like it's the funniest episode of all time, nobody watches it. So
Yeah.
this video got 10 views.
This episode sucks, fool.
But yeah, so if you haven't already, please follow our Instagram, IsimoPod, ISIMOPOD. Email us at isimopod@gmail.com. We will randomly do email fucking episodes. We have so much already on our plate. It's just the three of us. We're doing our best. All right.
We're doing our best.
There has been really good emails recently, and I feel bad that we're not doing it right now. But we'll figure out maybe like a third episode in the week where we do like just an email episode or something.
Yeah. We're working out the schedules.
Yeah.
It's every time. It's the thing is, we're really sorry. Every time we say we're gonna do something, and then one of us gets like a really big gig or something like that, or something comes up, and
Yeah.
we're figuring it out.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep working towards that goal.
We'll get betters.
We'll get betters.
Give us a year.
Give us a couple of years.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you if you've been listening from the beginning. This is our 12th episode.
Yeah. Oh no, I was just gonna say, what should we ask them if they made it this far?
Give us nicknames for Jarito back here. So Jarito, and then like the this, the that. Fuck, we didn't do our Lucha Libre names.
Oh yeah, we should come up with like taglines.
No, we still want names. So actually, yeah, give us names. Keep giving us.
And
names.
we need to do a Lucha Libre episode. So
We're gonna-
maybe we should like stay up one night, watch some Lucha Libre, and do an episode about it.
Yeah, I want to find a live show. There's two major ones that I forget the name of right now, but
Yeah.
we're gonna go to a live show.
Hell yeah, dude. But thank you so much. Like and subscribe. Please leave us a rating on Apple Podcasts. It helps a lot if you do, especially if you're listening on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Follow us on Spotify. That's our biggest fan base right now is Spotify. So that's fucking awesome. And thank you very much to Spotify and Anchor for hosting our podcast for freezy. and yeah, leave us comments and like the video. And from us at Isimo Studios, my name is Gerardo.
My name is Dominic.
My name is Ryan.
Don't fly.
Don't fly.
I put the bath towels in the sink.